We're doing some spring cleaning with my mother-in-law's cutlery drawer, and she has a bunch of old random spoons and things like that. So I said I'd have a look at them and see if any of them are silver and then cast us something with them. They're all mismatched and bent and damaged. A lot of them appear to have hallmarks like this on it. I'm a bit sus on this pile because they're marked as A1, even though there's a bunch of what looks like hallmarks. From what I've been able to see online, that's just a bunch of marketing. The A1 typically indicates that it is just plated. Then again, I've also found in there a bunch of random little spoons that's hallmarked as being silver or sterling silver. So I've got a test kit. So we've got the acid there, and we're going to test which ones are which. And the ones that are silver are going to go into a melt pot, and we're then going to cast something with it. Well, I've got 3 samples. Before I start testing using this acid on the cutlery, what I did was I got a known 3 sets, so 0.5 silver, 0.925, so sterling, and fine silver, so 999. Now, you're meant to wear gloves and do all of those sort of things, but I actually want to see what the difference is if I put a dot on each. Apparently you got to wait a little bit. I've got a bubble on that one. Get rid of the bubble if I can. No, doesn't want to. There we go, no bubble. Alright, well, the 0.5 is nice and easy to see. It's gone greenish. The 0.925 sort of, well, they're both sort of pretty similar, really. Let's test this one. What do we got here? Well, I don't know if you can see that, but it's got those hallmarks on it. There's my acid. We'll dab that on and see what that looks like. That looks like it's going to be silver. We'll see if it turns blue, or how blue it turns. Okay, there's a fair bit of blue in that, so it looks like it's 50% silver. That's what I did need to test it on, isn't it? Let's see if it's plated. That one's gone bright red, so that's definitely good. And so we go on. I've got quite a few pieces to test. I'm not going to bore you to tears. There's some dodgy thing marked Hong Kong, some tourist spoon. They seem fairly popular. So the one that's the dodgiest is this one here. The rest have all gone those sort of purple and red colours. Now I've got some stuff I know is just silver plate, so well, I'm pretty sure it is because it says A1. Let's see how that reacts, or if I have to scratch the surface out. Let's see what this does. Well, it's not doing much. Okay, so I really hit it with the sander. It removed a fair amount of material, and it's copper. Oh, look at it fizzle and bubble. Okay, so I was right, the A1 stuff's just plate. Now we're on to the items I think are actually silver, but to be sure, what I'm going to do is melt each one individually. We're going to be able to do that if it really is silver with just a plumber's torch. If it's copper, it will be much more difficult to do. So I'm going to do them individually. If they melt well, they're going to go into the good pile. If they don't melt well, they're going into the scrap pile. Actually, I'm going to get a smaller crucible. This is ridiculous. Okay, that one's a bit better. It's a bit smaller. Okay, that is not silver. Get that out of our bowl. Okay, let's see if we can combine this into one lump. Interesting. We'll clean that up tomorrow. Okay, we're up to casting time for the silver. There's a little bit of crud that I just picked off the top of it. I could go into the random bucket. And I've weighed this. This is 65 grams, so a couple of troy ounces. And we're going to cast it into a keyring for my mother-in-law. So I've just printed a little pattern here. That would take a lot more metal than what that is. But the idea is we want to use all the silver. So we're going to cast it vertically in the jeweler's flask, and we're just going to pour that in, and it will end up at whatever depth that it settles out to. We're going to actually cast in the electric furnace. The gas axe works pretty well for an ounce or so, but it has trouble delivering enough heat to keep something like a couple of ounces up to casting temperature. So I'm just going to put it in and we'll cast it at about 1000 degrees. There's my mould all ready to go. We just need to close it up, clamp it. I've made sure that the table is level, so we won't have to lose too much when we machine the end off or sand the end off or whatever we're going to need to do. There you go. Okay, let's see what we've got. Smoke from the Petrobond. There we go. Little half-size ingot for us to play with. Ooh, pretty. Let's wash that off and see what we've got. Well, there we go, straight out of the water. So far looks good. Looks like a fairly clean casting. At this stage you can't see any issues with sand inclusions, so it shouldn't take a lot of polishing to bring it up without losing too much metal. Well, I think the purists are about to start yelling in the comments. I've got my little silver block in the mill. I should really be using a jeweler's saw for this operation. I need to square up the rough end of the casting, and I want to put a keyring in it. So I could either go that way, but it's traditional to have it that way so it lays flatter. So not only am I going to mill an end in, I'm going to cut 2 shoulders into it with the mill, so then I can then drill across to be able to put the keyring in. Oh, and yeah, I'm really not going to save the silver. It's not that much. There you go. It works. Now I just need to clean it up and we'll see what it looks like and do a bit of laser engraving. Cool. Hey, it's all polished up, buffed, sanded, looks good. Now we're just going to laser engrave Judy's name onto it. Here's the finished product, a keyring.